I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
It's a battle between the HBICs, Dr. Jackie versus
Set me
Phaedra.
free. I wanna be free from the bullshit.
And Toya picks a side.
Girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip, girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip, girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip, girl.
Ah! What's Tea Petty Bunch? Welcome back to another episode of Girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Can we gossip with the petty one? I want to thank you guys so very much for. I'm just flattered as hell that you guys are tuning in and are just engaging with my content. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough for just the engagement. Like I said, this is a space for us to agree to disagree respectfully. I mean, we all have a difference of opinion when it comes to these shows, when it comes to who our faves are, and when it comes to those we love to hate. Without further ado, let's get into this episode, Petty Bunch. So, what I am not going to do is take this episode in the order that it was shown in. I'm going by my talking points and what stood out the most for me. And let's face it, this episode was pretty much giving us a filler of what we know are the ramifications of what happened on this despicable, disgusting couples trip, okay? But I want to talk about the end. I want to talk about the battle of the HBICs. You got Dr. Jackie, who most definitely is in fact the HBIC of the ladies. And then you have Phaedra, who is a HBIC in her own right. And the thing is, when you have two HBICs battling for the hierarchy of the friend group, somebody is just going to have to bow down. And Phaedra said, I'll be damned. It's not going to be me. I will go be messy and wreak havoc on another show. Hence, Phaedra, this was her exit, exit to Married to Medicine. She gave the ladies her ass to kiss, and it is what it is. Like I said, I do not have any faves when it comes to the battle of the HBIC. What I'm loving about this HBIC battle is you have a medical mind versus a legal mind, and it's the clash of the titans. So we know already, the ladies already know. Phaedra put it out there. She's not fucking with them anymore. She said this is a messy ass friend group. Um, Ladies I kick it with or hang around, they don't play these type of sophomore games and think it's cute. So Jackie and Dirty Curdy arrive over to Phaedra's home. So it seems like Phaedra has invited them over to break bread to talk about what's going on. They arrive at Phaedra's home. Dirty Curdy is escorted down to the basement to sip on some lemonade to watch some sports or whatever he's doing. So Jackie joins Phaedra in the kitchen. So they get to talking. And so Jackie is I just wanted to talk. I don't like the way we left this trip. And I just want to talk about it. So Phaedra is pretty much like, you hurt me, y'all messy. And, she basically broke it down. Jackie, I was disappointed in you because once again, you allowed your attack dog to do what she does. Now, one of the things about Jackie in her medical mind is that Jackie likes to gaslight. Jackie likes to, when she can, play chess and not checkers. So Jackie goes on to say, well, you knew Apollo was coming. And Phaedra is like, listen, Heavenly put it out there that Apollo was coming, but did y'all notice that as Heavenly talked about it, Phaedra did not really express anything other than, okay, I guess, he's coming. She did not go back and forth with Heavenly because, again, Phaedra is not trying to give these women any type of ammunition. Y'all already know how Toya was like, hey, Phaedra, what makes you tick? What makes you mad? I'm trying to get inside your mind. No, Toya, you was trying to be messy. So Phaedra pretty much was like, hey, it is what it is. And so, in my opinion, I feel like that's how Phaedra was able to outwit, outlast, and outplay, meaning that she wasn't going to let these women cause chaos. Well, they caused the chaos and they wreaked havoc, but she was not going to let them see how much Apollo's presence and how much side piece Big Back's presence really affected her. So she pretty much was trying to act unbothered, hence her grabbing Shaq's hand and then walking away and her boarding her private jet. So Phaedra goes in and Phaedra's like, your attack dog, Elaine, which is Heavenly's middle name, Elaine loves to see people in crazy situations. And then she calls her the devil's daughter. Now, Phaedra definitely is not lying. Heavenly is, in fact, the author of chaos and confusion. Like I already said, Heavenly has this crazy, twisted joy and pleasure she gets by seeing other people crash the hell out. And knowing that she is the reason they crash the hell out, it makes her feel like Dr. Evil. Like, bitch, I got you. I got your card. I know how to make you upset. I know what to do. I got your card. I know how to make your slip show. So that is one of the things that Heavenly does. Now, however, Phaedra, we are not going to sit here and pretend that Heavenly is the devil's daughter. Now, Phaedra, you are known to be the author of said confusion as well. Let's not forget when you orchestrated, you used Ditzy Portia as your pawn to perpetuate the rumor about Candy and Todd having an alleged dungeon in their basement and that they were trying to, do nasty things with Portia. Basically, like they was trying to SA her and all this crazy type of stuff. You knew it wasn't true because Candy, you and Carlos King, who allegedly conspired this dastardly event, y'all broke Candy down. Now we know Candy cries, and y'all already know Candy gets emotional, she cries and shit like that. But seeing Candy and you guys going into slander and defame and tarnish her character, that hit different. That really hit different. And it was just like, damn, to see Candy when she was like, the lies, the lies, the lies. Seeing Candy like that, I was just like, damn. So, Phaedra, we have seen you move. Also, Miss Mama, you are not innocent. So we've seen you be as dirty, as sneaky, as conniving, creating chaos, then running whenever you can, when you know that you didn't cause some shit too. So we're not just gonna let you slide and say that Heavenly is the devil's daughter. If Heavenly is the devil's daughter, then you are the devil's niece, because you just are. So Jackie, now y'all know, can't nobody, this is how I feel that Garcelle feels about Sutton. Now Jackie feels the same way about her attack dog, Heavenly Elaine. Don't nobody talk about Heavenly. Jackie in her confessional was heated, really trying to blame this whole event on Phaedra. She said that Phaedra's plan to make Apollo jealous backfired. Jackie, you gotta be out of your you got to be out of your mind if you think for a second that we the people actually think that Phaedra orchestrated this whole situation when Heavenly was the one that called and invited Apollo. Now Jackie's also saying that Phaedra knew Shek and Apollo was friends and that they hung out, and Phaedra was just trying to invite Shek to make Apollo jealous. Now I can't confirm or deny if Phaedra knew that Shek and Apollo were friends, but if she did, so the hell what? Apollo cheated while she was pregnant, got a mistress, married the mistress that he was screwing while he was screwing his wife. So to me, it's just like, Jackie, just please go on with this. Phaedra orchestrated, set this whole plan in motion, and it backfired in her face. No. Heavenly set this shit up, and again, you and Simone sat by and loved every minute of it because, one, it takes away from the group having to discuss what has happened on previous couples trips, i.e., you was in the hot seat last year when your friends invited you all to go to Hilton Head, where Dirty Curdy used to get busy with his side chick with. So Jackie was happy about that, and Simone don't want to go down the married couple's road of dysfunction where she and Cecil damn near came to blows when Cecil took the money out of the account and started his business that ended up folding. So again, Jackie, you caping for Heavenly. I guess you got to keep her attack dog happy and make sure that, her attack dog stays well taken care of. So Jackie is basically like, is there, anything that we could do to make you come to Toya's anniversary party? And Phaedra's basically like, hell no. I don't trust y'all. I don't want to be around y'all. Women I hang with don't act the way that you guys act. And again, Phaedra, Mama, your hands are not clean. And so Phaedra in her confessional goes on to say, I've really tried to be friends with these ladies. And so production puts together little snippets of Phaedra doing a sound bath for the ladies. Phaedra ponying up the money for the auction the ghetto auction that they had for the elite in the medical community, which was a bullshit ass event, if you ask me. So, Phaedra, I'm just trying to figure out how you feel that you were creating friendships with these ladies when everything you pretty much did was kind of surfacey. Yeah, you did a sound bath, but you never actually sat down with any of these ladies and shared anything, about your life. But if you want us to believe that was trying to be their friend and all that, then if that helps you sleep better at night, then go ahead. So y'all tell me, how do y'all feel about the clash of the Titans? It was like, who's gonna outwit, outlast, and out bullshit each other? Jackie's like, Phaedra, we really, we want to, we don't want it to be any hard feelings. We want to make sure that, if you see us in the street, that, it's cool. And Phaedra's like, it is what it is. So my thing, again, you have two mean girls. You got two women who are the epitome of Regina George. The only thing is, Phaedra didn't really have any minions in her corner because the ladies kind of know, it's kind of an unspoken thing that, shit, Jackie run the show. If I look like I'm going to be on Team Phaedra, then that's going to be, my ass is grass, pretty much. So again, that's how Phaedra exits the show. Y'all comment below, how do y'all feel about the clash of the Titans? Whose side were you on? Or did you feel they were both full of bullshit? In my opinion, both of these women are one in the same. They are diabolical. They are strategic. They are puppet masters. It's just the fact that Phaedra could not find a willing puppet to participate in her bullshit. So again, Phaedra's gone. It is what it is. What do I want to talk about next? Now, let's get into Miss Quad. Miss Quad having her ladies' night where she wants to rekindle and repair the the brokenness of the friend groups. Quad. And what was so funny was that when everyone arrived, she said, "Okay, we got some ground rules. Ground rules are everybody must take a cocktail, and we must agree to not talk about the past." So my thing is like, Quad, who are you fooling with your mellow, dramatic monologue? You again are very just manipulative, and you want to make it seem like you are trying to extend the olive branch and that you really want to be friends with these ladies. I'm just really trying to figure out how Quad is going to continue being on this show when she, let's face it, y'all can come for me in the comments, that's fine, we can go back and forth, but Quad is not
For why are you even here? You ain't even married to Madison, my love.
to this show. A lot of people's like, well, she's good TV, she's this, she's that, and I'm like, that is, that's an opinion. If people believe that she brings, she brings something of value to this show. And my thing is, it's like, Quad, all you bring to this show is you being the victim and you not taking accountability for why these ladies stopped with you in the first place. Simone put it out there. Quad, you really don't talk to us in real life. You only talk to us when the cameras are around. And then the way you talked so badly about Toya, who really, really tried to be your friend, you talked about Toya and Eugene and the issues that they were having when it came to their taxes. You put together that little funky basket trying to be funny and basically trying to tell Toya and Eugene what to do with their money, how to spend it, how to save it, how to pay them taxes. You perpetuated a rumor that Toya was out here cheating on Eugene. You also made it seem like when Anila's home was broken into, that Toya orchestrated the break-in. Like she called Junebug and them to come and break into Anila's house and take everything that she deems valuable. Come take that shit. Yeah, like you made it seem like Toya had Junebug, Ray Ray and them on the phone. Hello, y'all. Hey, yeah, come over to that. And the fact that you actually put Toya in a position where Toya's trying to be Switzerland and she wants, because Toya, like, let's call a spade a spade. Quad, you put this event together, this ladies' night together, and you said you want all the ladies to come together and repair and get over the issues that you have. You don't want to talk about the past anymore because the past is no longer relevant. You want to move forward. If that's the case, then why could you not at least extend the olive branch to Phaedra if you're trying to fix a fractured sisterhood? And Toya saying the same thing. Why couldn't you invite Sweet Tea? Now, granted, yeah, y'all have bigger issues and bigger fish to fry. But if Toya and Eugene are celebrating 16 years of marriage and they want everybody who has been instrumental in their lives to be part and support them and love on them during this special situation, would it be so wrong for you to be at one end of the event space and for T to be at the other end of the event space? And it was cool how Toya challenged you, like, so you don't know yourself well enough to know that if you saw this woman, you couldn't just see her and just be chill. And that was a valid question, in my opinion, that Toya asked. So Quad goes on to say that, well, because what happened with my man and stuff, I just can't see myself really being in attendance because of the stuff that that popped off. And I get it. What popped off between Dr. G and King and Quad and Sweet Tea was a lot of bullshit. It was. But y'all got to call a spade a spade. Heavenly was the one. And this, again, another missed opportunity. While Toya was trying to say, hey, Quad, I presented the same scenario for T. Do y'all think that we could bury the hatchet and you guys could actually talk about this situation and we could move forward? Not saying that you guys have to be the best of friends, but we can't be friendly. Y'all can't just come celebrate me for one night. You stay over here, she stays over there. Y'all don't interact, don't come near each other. Just, can we just be? So it got to the point where, and here's another thing. The Simone was capping for King, saying, well, I mean, King did apologize and he did say, where he was wrong, at the lemon squeeze that they had. And so by King, I guess, taking the accountability for his part, that's where Toya was like, well, okay, I guess since they decided to take accountability and, T didn't, and I gave her several opportunities when I, invited her out to eat. I gave her several opportunities to say where she was wrong and to say, well, maybe Quad and I, after we've cooled down a bit, maybe if someone mediates, we could have a sit down where we hash this situation out. So Toya ends up picking Quad over, Sweet Tea. And for me, again, it's just another way of Quad being manipulative. And Toya, I really wish that you would keep Quad at a cautious distance. Anytime someone tries to, that says they are your friend, but they try to perpetuate a rumor that you've been unfaithful to your spouse. Hell, that you set up a break-in in another friend's home. I mean, damn, Toya, the more I sit and talk about this shit out loud, I don't even know why you showed up for Quad's little sisterhood circle moment. And for the ladies to welcome, Quad back into the fold, it's crazy. I see now at the beginning of the season why Simone was so reluctant about even entertaining Quad, because Quad is exhausting. Quad is melodramatic. Quad is self-righteous. Quad is a martyr. She really looks at herself as a victim in all scenarios. Now, mind you, when it comes to her former marriage, I'm putting it out there. Quad most definitely was the victim in that marriage. She was mistreated and she was with an abuser. Let's just say that. Now, in that instance, Quad, yes, I'm gonna rock with you, ride with you, because it the things the old clips that we saw of how he treated you and now how he is treating his current wife. I stand with you in solidarity, sis. Dead ass wrong. You are the victim all day long, all day strong. Now, when it comes to your relationships with the women, you are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong as hell. And you're always wanting these ladies to, well, I just want them to put themselves in my shoes. And now that Toya has officially bowed down to you and said, well, I'm going to invite you and not Sweet Tea, you came with these fake tears. Well, oh my God, that just does my heart some good. And then all the ladies getting, in this sister circle of love and, oh, we love each other now. Everything's going to be great. And again, ladies, did we forget that Miss Quad had a birthday party and Miss Quad invited her sister circle sisters to this party where she talked about how they were there for her and how they uplifted her, and she's never had a group of women to love on her the way they did. And she sat there in y'all faces and basically said y'all was a shitty bunch of friends to her and y'all was not there for her, and she just wanted to rub y'all faces in it. Did y'all forget about that? Guess not. So that little sister circle moment where we're friends now. We really love each other. And did y'all peep when Heavenly said, well, Toya, you know what? I got a new respect for you. Cause I was like, sit your ass down. You have orchestrated a lot of this bullshit. And the fact that you said, Toya, I got a new Toya, I got a new respect for you. Heavenly, shut the hell up. That woman grinds my gears. She irks my soul. She grates my nerves. All of them. So it's crazy. So let's talk about, okay, I want to talk about Dr. Mimi really quickly. Who, I need, Mimi, who are you? I need to know who you are outside of being this woo 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 woo, being this therapist. I need to see who you are and who you're going to be in this friend group. Because every time I see you, it's giving, let's pull out the couch, let me lay down, and let me talk about all the shit that's been traumatizing in my life. And I watched Mimi, like, did you guys notice that she was doing that in that scene where Toya had invited Sweet Tea out, and she was basically telling T, I love you and I want to continue this friendship, but I need you to find your voice. Is there a way? Can't you see where Greg was wrong, where Dr. G, where he was wrong at? Really pressing charges when all that man did was take his shirt off. Yeah, he charged, but he never laid a hand on Dr. G's head. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about at least you coming to grips that nothing happened to Dr. G? Can we have a meeting with you and Quad, and maybe we can have a come to Jesus moment? Maybe the four of you can actually sit down and unpack all the shit that led up to this moment. Maybe we can learn how to coexist, but that don't mean we got to be in each other's face and in each other's space all the time. But if someone is throwing something, we should all be able to attend without worrying about if somebody's gonna nuck if you buck. And did y'all notice how Sweet Tea was just like, well, that's between Gregory and the police. That, you know, I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, damn, T, do you have a voice or not? And I'm going to say no, because I'm quite sure before she met up with Toya and before Mimi accompanied her to meet up with Toya, I'm quite sure that Greg, Dr. G, Dr. Napoleon, Dr. Inch High Private Eye, Dr. Whoever, I'm sure he had some choice words for her. I'm sure he gave her a script. I'm sure he told her, you better not say this, or that. You better say that. You better be a team player. The team player that I was telling you about when I had shut the damn door so they couldn't see us interacting or see me possibly putting my finger in your face. You better be a team player. You better be loyal. You better say that. It seems to me that Dr. G schooled her and told her what to say, how to act. Don't answer this. Don't answer that. Because if you notice, everything that she was saying sounds like some shit that Dr. G would say. This tea that we saw in this episode is not the same tea that we saw sitting at the table where her husband was saying, well, you just a woman. You don't know if this was a battle to the death. You don't know. You naive. You not being a team player. Why you making me go off on you like this? That, to me, all the abuse and all the vitriol that we saw him spew at his wife, a woman who he stood before God with to love, honor, and obey. it wasn't giving that while sitting at the table. Now, I'm not going to say that couples do not have arguments, that we do not have knockdown, drag out arguments. But what I'm going to say is that even while arguing, no grace was shown, no respect was shown, no level-headed thinking was shown. This was just a man that's like, I said what I said, and what I said is law, and bitch, you better be on board or you can get off at the next stop. That's what it was giving for me. So the fact that T could not be herself and could not speak to Toya in a way that you would be like, okay, this woman has some sense. She can see where she might have become unhinged in this moment. She may have seen where she crashed out because, you know, the production showed us a little bit where Sweet Tea, you kind of crashed out when the when they were initially separating King and Greg. You were, you know, and when Quad was trying, go be with your husband, go be with your husband, you was kind of yelling at King, and there was no reason to be that close or to be. The more I think about it, though, y'all gotta be honest. If your significant other was in a situation where they're going back and forth with somebody, and your adrenaline is flowing, how come do with it what you will? But I just really feel like because Toya asked some valid questions. Y'all know that Toya did. And then Toya talked about where's the grace? Can we extend grace to one another? Because this moment, it was traumatic. It was chaotic. Can we sit down like two grown adults and discuss boundaries? Sweet Tea, in that moment, I agree with Toya. You were not thinking like yourself. You sounded like Dr. G gave your ass some talking points. You sat in a car with Mimi while y'all drove to meet Toya at the restaurant, and you rehearsed those talking points. And that's basically what it sounds like. And I really feel like Sweet Tea needs to run. Dr. G has not changed. He has not changed. There is nothing like a kid that is truly connecting you to Dr. G. You really need to fall on your knees and ask God for guidance in this situation, because even being a reality TV star, you need to sit back and watch these episodes. And if you watch these episodes of how your then fiance last season and now husband has talked to you like the bottom of a shoe, I'm quite sure you would be like, damn, what the hell is going on? What am I doing? Because you're not yourself. And even, Toya and Mimi said, when this fight was ensuing or this chaos was ensuing, Dr. Mimi said she looked you in your eyes and she could not see her friend. And Toya was like, you was out of control. And you go say, well, just because I was yelling. And it was like, no, it was more than that. We know emotions were high because your husband and his ex-wife are going back and forth, and you're feeling overly protective, and you're feeling like you need to solidify your place in his life, a place where Quad once occupied. You're fighting. You're fighting for your life. We get it. You're fighting for your life. But sister, the tea that we saw last week that was giving her husband the what for, you said what? Oh, I'm gonna respond to you. This episode, you looked very defeated, and you looked very much like, let me go say what Greg wants me to say. And that's what it was given. So y'all go ahead and comment how y'all feel about that scene. So what I like is the fact we can say what we want to say about Toya and Eugene, but one of the things that I like about Toya and Eugene is that they have rebounded, and things that could have torn their marriage apart by being on this show, by people just clowning them, by people saying that Toya takes advantage of Dr. Eugene. She's never happy. She's never grateful. She's never this, and that. I'm going to say Dr. Eugene and Dr. I was to call her Dr. Toya. Lord have mercy. Dr. Eugene and Toya, genuinely, there is love there. And ain't none of y'all knuckleheads, nothing y'all can say or do is going to I, is going to break that marriage up. Them two are the best of friends. And like I said, we've seen them struggle. We've seen when she yelled at him, go eat a biscuit, eat that biscuit. And we saw her go off. And he has been her ride or die. She has been his. And I just feel like when I look at them, and I know some people may think this is crazy, but when I look at Jean and I look at Toya, in my opinion, that that's the type of shit that marriage is about. You and your spouse are best friends. Hey, every day is not going to be peaches and cream. We should be able to clown each other lovingly. We should be able to be very open and honest with each other about all things. And those are all the things that I see amplified in Toya and Eugene's marriage, from the time where she felt like he, don't spend enough time with her, to him making it up by taking her to a cooking class, by them cooking a meal, just the little things that we have seen Dr. Eugene do to make his wife happy. And, the things that she brings to his life. Because regardless of what we as viewers may say and how we may feel that she treats him and da 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 da, we don't know what happens when those cameras are off. You know what I'm saying? They've been through a lot. And they're getting ready to celebrate 16 years of marriage. And so Toya wants to celebrate with her friends. Now, y'all know Miss Toya gives a theme. And so it be some crazy ass themes. And this year, it's crazy. She loves Bridgerton. So she wants to do a Georgerton type of situation where everybody is dressed in petticoats, and y'all seen Bridgerton, that's how Toya want everybody to dress. And so she's like, hey, I want y'all to come to this rehearsal where we learn how to do the waltz. And so she wants everybody there. And so we learn that Dr. G has tried to press charges against King. And I'm like, what the hell type of charges can you press against someone who has not harmed you? So, of course, Tess is the one that brings it up. Of course, Quad doesn't show up. King doesn't show up to the rehearsal. Sweet Tea, Dr. G, they don't show up either. But while all the couples are there, we find out through Contessa that Dr. G has pressed some type of charges against King. And everybody's like, charges? Like, he didn't even put his hands on him. Like, what the hell? So I thought that was crazy. So during all of that, Toya is basically saying, listen, Jean and I have been married for 16 years. We love all of you guys. We want all of you to be here with us to celebrate. And she feels like, again, I should be able to invite G and T, and I should be able to invite Quad and King, and there should be no smoke. So after they talk about this bullshit with the restraining order and all this shit that Dr. G has done, heavenly again with the chaos and the confusion. And so she, questions Eugene. So if somebody call your wife a bitch, you ain't gonna respond. And, yeah, just her barking. If a man said to your wife, shut the fuck up, what would you do, Toya? And then she talks about there are two types of men. And so Contessa in her confessional says it's funny you can say something about someone's husband that ain't gonna fly with most women. And then production shows Heavenly talking on her YouTube show where she runs her mouth incessantly about a question that was asked, do you think that Dr. Scott abuses Contessa? And she goes, well, emotionally, and verbally, yes. So again, Heavenly the hypocrite always has something to say, and I can't, I don't even want to talk about what Damon was saying, trying to be the voice of reason, like they are the most seasoned and mature couple on the cast, and that everything that they say is law and we should listen to it, like this is a couple that we should look up to. Bullshit. Y'all got skeletons in your closet, and Heavenly keeps up the chaos surrounding everybody else's marriage because she doesn't want anyone to find out about those alleged mixed babies walking around Atlanta, or his alleged baby moms. So I just think it's crazy. So again, Toya, we just have to commend you for just, can't we all get along, Rodney King? So I'm liking the Toya that I have been seeing. She is trying in the best way to be diplomatic. She's like, let's put the pettiness aside. Let's work on, if we say we're going to work on this fractured friendship quad, let's invite everybody. Not just the people you want to come bootlicking and, So the part that I found was funny was when Dr. Scott and Eugene, they tell the group, okay, yeah, we gonna get with Greg. We gonna talk to Greg to see what's going on. So Dr. Scott invites Dr. Eugene and Dr. G over to his house so they could talk about what's going on. So Dr. G talks about, yeah, man, I ain't think nobody was gonna reach out to me. I was feeling a certain kind of way, man. And Eugene was like, yo, I did not reach out to you because I was thinking, like, for myself, I would need time to cool off. I would need time to just unpack the bullshit that has happened. I don't really want to just start talking about it out the gate. I want to give you time to cool off, to chill. So, wait a minute, Dr. G. So they're asking him, like, so you press charges, my guy? What? And so Dr. G is like, I'm taking legal action, man. Simple battery. And so they like, did he touch you? No, he didn't. But with these simple battery charges, he could face jail, probation, 90 days in jail, a probation. I ain't want things to get too serious, man. But I just felt a certain kind of way when he came up out of his shirt. So they looking at each other like, this man's serious. Okay. And Dr. Scott is like, look, I'm not trying to downplay this situation at all. And Dr. Eugene is like, I'm not a cop caller. Mic drop. I'm not a cop caller, especially if no fists were thrown.
Set me free. I wanna be free from the bullshit.
Dr. G. Those are mere seconds of my life that I will never be able to get back. And the way Dr. Eugene and Scott laughed at his ass with this comical ass performance. And the fact that's how I know, sweetie, you are being held hostage and captive in that house. The fact that you let that man, no, the fact that you sat there and watched him sing this down home,
I wanna be free. I wanna be.
What in the hell? Please don't let them come back next season. Please don't. And I don't know how Dr. Eugene and Dr. Scott did not just die laughing. I'm not even sure how they were able to film the last moments of this scene, because there is no way. When I say I watched it and I said, I can't breathe. Like, desperation. Sweetie, blink if you are okay. blink, please.
Dr. G, this ain't a playground, man. I was trying to talk nice to this dude. And then, of course, y'all know production is messy as hell because they showed you thinking you were trying to be nice when you got up in that man's face when you shouldn't have did that. Number one. King, you was wrong too. You shouldn't have. Again, this was a pissing contest between Quad's new man and her ex-man. It was just a pissing contest. My woman can say whatever she want to say. If you got an issue, come to me about it. Nah, man, she can't say what she want to say and think I ain't gonna say nothing back, man. Nah. So again, pissing contest. And that was one of the reasons, again, why Quad really didn't want to go to Toya's thing, because she's like, my man was, his character was, my man, I don't want to put my man in a compromising position that my ex-husband has created because of all this bullshit. No. You guys, this whole friend group, y'all need to pull Heavenly and her wigs to the carpet, and y'all need to ask her, why did we play this how well do I know my boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse game, and why couldn't we just chill and have a pool party, which is what she lied and told them initially that they were going to do after they had the event challenge where they made the teams pair up and they were out on the lake. Why could they not just enjoy a pool party? That way, I'm not saying that nothing would have popped off. Maybe something would have, but we will never know what could have not happened. Maybe Quad and Dr. G could have coexisted peacefully. Yeah, it probably would have been tense, but maybe Quad and King would have been on one side of the pool and T and G would have been on the other side of the pool, instead of you, Heavenly, forcing everyone to occupy a space and then having Dr. G and Sweet Tea sit behind Quad and her new man. When are y'all gonna start calling this woman out for her bad behavior? Simone, when are you going to stop trying to say that Sweet Tea is the whole last problem? Sweet Tea is one of the problems. She is not the sole problem. Heavenly is the problem. And until y'all can call this woman to the carpet, she will continue to manipulate. She will continue to talk about each of you on her YouTube channel. She will continue to talk about your marriages. She will continue to talk about why your husband, Simone, ain't got no job and why he act like a woman and all this other stuff. It's a never-ending cycle. Heavenly was also the one that came in between you and Jackie's friendship because she was jealous of the friendship. Let's not forget, Jackie did not like Heavenly. Jackie came for Heavenly's weight, basically called her a busted can of biscuits, and basically told her, you are not on my level. You are a teeth doctor. I am a doctor. You are a teeth doctor. Me and Simone are real doctors. You a doctor for the mouth. It's just a mess. And until y'all cannot come together, this group is not going to be healed. It's always going to remain fractured because real conversations cannot be had. Quad doesn't want to take accountability. She wants to cry and make herself the victim. Heavenly wants to put everybody on blast. Simone doesn't want to face the skeletons in her closet. Dr. Jackie, you are not kind to anyone. You don't care about anyone. You don't care about black women. You don't care about the women in this group. You want to manipulate them. You want them to go at each other at the hands of Heavenly. Sweet Tea, you was so busy stalking and watching Quad on the show that you told her ex-man, I can give you what you want. And right now you stuck like Chuck, can't do nothing. You are basically a whole ass prisoner in this beautiful home that Quad used to occupy. Toya is about the realest one on the show. Contessa, if you come back full time, I believe you could be one of the realest ones on the show. But right now, I am Team Toya all day long, all day strong, because Toya, regardless of if we want to call her tacky Toya, we want to say XYZ about Toya, Toya keeps it real. She keeps it real. She keeps it real with her sons when she's asking them about them and their girlfriends. I don't want y'all having sex. I don't want y'all doing this. She keeps it real at all times. So Petty Bunch, without being Petty Bunch, I thought I saw something out the corner of my eye. That's it. That's all I got for this card chronicle. I gotta get back inside before Siri goes off. I set my alarm, and I'm trying to be a good employee and get back to the job that pays the bills. So until next time, continue to like, share, subscribe. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.
Girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip, girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip, girl, can we gossip? Gossip, gossip, girl.